Welcome to the Wonder Mom channel, where I share tips, thoughts, and tools to help you live a more productive life and focus on the things that really matter to you. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing how mindset can change your life and the kind of mindset you need to really get long-term results. Plus, a resource you can use to help you nurture your mindset all year long. So, stay tuned. Are you familiar with Eeyore from the Winnie the Pooh stories? If you are, you'll know that Eeyore, who is the donkey in those stories, plays a character who has a rather melancholy personality. You know, he kind of views things as the glass is half empty as opposed to the glass is half full. And it's easy to see Eeyore's personality type in Eeyore or in other people, but sometimes it's not so easy to see it in ourselves. And in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing how having the mindset, which isn't a half empty, glass half empty mindset, but is a glass half full mindset, can really change your life. So the reason why mindset is so crucial is because everything that we do, all the actions we take, all the opinions that we create, they all kind of generate in our minds. And that's why our minds and our brains and our mindset is so key to our entire lives. And there's a book by a lady called Carol Dweck called Mindset. And in her book, she talks about something called a growth mindset. And this is a mindset which is characterized by learning, characterized by seeing an opportunity for growth, or characterized by more curiosity. And I really feel that that kind of mindset is so key to our long-term success. And here's why. It's because when you experience something which is negative, the Eeyore kind of personality might think, oh, well, woe is me. This always has to happen to me. I never seem to have any luck. Whereas somebody with a growth mindset will take that same circumstance and think, well, how can I learn from this? Or what does this mean in terms of where I can grow or how I can move forward into the future? It's a very different mindset to the Eeyore style of thinking. And it's so key for our long-term success for that reason. Another way that mindset can really change your life is when you have a positive mindset. You are able to grow a lot faster and than somebody who doesn't have a positive outlook. So take, for example, a situation. Here's one from my own life. My car breaks down on the side of a motorway or a highway. It was here in the UK, we call it motorways. A fast road. I've got my 3 kids in the car. My car just suddenly begins to slow until I am crawling as cars are flying past me on this road, and I have to sort of like veer my car off to the hard shoulder. Now, if I were Eeyore, I'd probably think, oh, this always has to happen to me. I just don't have any luck. Now I'm late. Oh, go figure. This sucks. And of course, it is a sucky situation, isn't it? Nobody wants to have their car break down on the side of a really fast road, especially if they've got 3 hungry kids in the car and they're late to get somewhere. So you can have that mindset which just views that situation as a negative thing, or you can have a growth or a positive mindset where you learn from that experience. So for myself, I've learned that the reason my car broke down on the side of the road was because I just completely ran out of fuel. I didn't have enough fuel to get me to where I'm going, and my car just decided, well, I've given you all I've got. Now I've got to stop here on the side of the road. And so that's what happened. And I have since learned that when my petrol tank is going low, I no longer drive around with my petrol light flashing. I used to do that, way back when. But I no longer do that. When my petrol tank goes down to a quarter of a tank left, and there's only I know that that's a signal for me to go to the gas station and fill up. And so now I've never had that experience where my car breaks down on the side of the road because I just ran out of fuel. Like, I've learned my lesson from that, and that's a good thing. I could have looked back at that situation and thought to myself, oh, I remember that day that I broke down on the side of the road. That was just awful. I just never have any good luck. But instead, I was able to see, well, actually, my car breaking down inside there, this has taught me a valuable lesson. This is a lesson I really want to learn going forward so that I don't have this negative experience in my life again. And this is why I say that like a positive mindset is needed for growth, because you grow into a wiser person or a more mature person, or just a slightly better version of yourself from the one that you were when you were in that situation. If you learn from whatever it is that you are experiencing, you can grow and become a better version of yourself. And that's why mindset is so key. And something that we have released in our stationery membership, we have a stationery membership called Paper Me Pretty, and each month we release digital stationery items for our members. And with every month there's a special bonus. In the bonus for January, we've got these affirmation cards, and affirmations are phrases or words that you repeat to yourself that promote positive thinking. And for the bonus for January, there's 52 or 56 affirmation cards. I haven't printed them all out for you here because there'll be too many, and they will really help to reinforce and nurture a growth mindset as you go throughout your year. This is the reason why we released it for January. We wanted our members to start off the year with something that will really help them to nurture a positive mindset for the year. And so there's a set of cards which are specifically Christian, like I let go of the past and press forward with Christ. I am strong and courageous. And there is also a set of cards which are just general affirmations. I celebrate my success with those who lovingly support me. Every day I create the space for miracles to happen. I am blessed. Like, if you repeat these positive affirmations to yourself, your mindset will change from the Eeyore kind of mindset to a more positive mindset as you go through the year, months, and as you go through your life. This is such a great bonus. I'm really excited that we launched it for our members for January. I mean, and even if you're watching this and it's not January when you're watching this, then because this is the bonus for January, this will always be in the members area for you to download whenever you join the membership. So it's always going to be there for you. So grab this bonus. If you're not a member, make sure you have a look and check it out, the link below, so you can get your hands on that. But even if you don't have that, you can create your own affirmations for your life, something that will help you to remind you to have a positive outlook, or to embrace your life situations, your life circumstances with a more positive frame of mind. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, do give it a thumbs up, click subscribe so you can get an update on future videos coming out. And until then, I will see you for the next episode of Wonder Mom's Tips, Thoughts, and Tools.